That is you. And every time I think about it, saying, don't say.
B-I-G-G-I-G, bitches can't win it. You talking all that shit, bitch, you can't even get in for free. Yeah, run that shit back. Yeah. Yeah, let me have one more time. One more time. Cool. Time for a better shot of clock. Bitch, you mean time about nothing. Time for a better shot of clock. ATL, I'm running. Time for a better shot of clock. Bitch, don't step on my gun, yes. Time for a better shot of clock. Nicki eating her fun, yes. Time for a better shot of clock. Yeah.
Shut up, bro.
What you say? Put that whole what's up? It's good, bitch. Come on.
Oh, got that water. Here we hear about water. All right, what is going on, entertainers? We're doing Hollywood Hot Topics today. You already know what to do. Make sure you hit that like button, hype up the video, okay? First thing we're going to get into, you guys, is Mila. So Mila recently made a post directly addressing Cardi B, which she even included in the caption, and called her out for basically knowing the truth and not speaking up. Now, she did this while speaking on a recent live. Now, a lot of people are questioning why she's even speaking, just due to the result of the case, but I do feel as if she does have a freedom of speech. But when it's legal like this, he might hit you with a gag order, especially since you lost the case. Okay, so this is what she had to say, followed with a caption.
The way he treated you when you were pregnant, the way he talked to you when you were pregnant, the way that the same people that has defended him in this know how he treated you while you were pregnant and how he was to you when you were pregnant, will always be something I will never understand. The way he treated you in the delivery room, the way he treated you after the baby, the same person that abused you abused me. And our text messages show how he belittled you, how he spoke to you. I remember one particular night, and you know the night that I'm talking about. That night, it happened to you. That's not my story to tell. Once again, I apologize. And I hope one day you face the music. You know,
all right, my whole thing is, what are you apologizing for, Mila? That you were screwing her man behind, her back? You're gonna say, have you ever wondered what it's like if somebody in your man? Now, she put this caption and said, I was put in a horrible situation. You didn't deserve any of this, but it happened to you too. You're pregnant. Nothing I said at court was targeted at you. People know exactly what they do. I was the one apologizing for how he treated you while you were pregnant after. The constant disrespect or messages prove that. Cardi, you know I didn't lie. You know exactly who he really is. He did it to you. A man at war with himself will hurt others. What you trying to say? It's giving, when people say, a nigga says, I'm battling with my demons. I get the bad with my demons. Okay, it gives a little bit of that. What are you trying to insinuate there, Mila? It's a losing battle, and women are just collateral damage. I'm not speaking on this anymore, so kindly don't speak on me, okay? Now, the backlash that she's been getting has been extreme, even though I do feel, and I'm going to still stand on the fact that I do believe her, okay? I just do not think she was equipped to be on a stand answering questions. You were better off crying tears of puddles like Sean Garthright, to be honest. And that would have, to me, gave a better impression than what she was doing on that stand. Okay. Now, Cardi, to me, is not going to be happy with a message like this because her kids were brought up on numerous occasions in this statement. So I'm surprised she didn't crash out, but I'm pretty sure she's being told to keep it on the hush hush. Cardi seems to be really solid with this man at this point because she, at one point this week, has gifted his mother a Chanel bag for Mother's Day. So it seems to say that like she's, in for the long haul. But that's the type of person Cardi is, because we've seen her do it with Offset, and I wouldn't put it past her to do it with him. So I do feel like she needs to rebrand. I'm talking about Mila. And a name change would help. And the reason why is because after this whole situation, I don't see her ever booking any high clientele whatsoever at all. I think this is going to be the last high clientele she's going to be able to book. Because of this case, people are not going to trust her. They're going to feel like she's after money every time that she tries to book any type of high clientele to cook for them or anything of that sort. Now, this was the post of on Mother's Day where we see Stefan Diggs' mom receiving a Chanel bag from Miss Cardi B.
I want to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day. This is such a special day for us. I got my first Mother's Day gift, special delivery. Okay, let's get to it. I love the Chanel bows. I love it. When I wear my ponytails, I put them on the back. All right, I'm so excited. Woo! Big Chanel box. I can't even get it out. It's so heavy. What I'm going to name her. See, I already have one, and I've named her. I think this is going to be Isabella. Isabella, welcome to the family. Chanel, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, and it says, Happy Mother's Day, Mama Diggs.
I cannot stand when people do this when they open in a package. It's so irritating. This is why I can't do DIY type videos. When they do the nail clacking and the just open the box, damn it. Okay. The Chanel bag, as y'all see, is at the bottom. It wasn't the prettiest, to be honest, but shout out to Cardi B for still gifting after being wrong so many times. Others may not do it. I wouldn't have done it, to be honest, because I hold grudges. So, but that's just me. But I don't see this going anywhere and changing up because I feel like Cardi does watch the internet as she does. So her leaving him alone would be the haters winning in her mind. So I don't think she ever wants to see the haters take a W and get their wish of her leaving him alone. So Mila's going to have to, watch with an upset stomach at this point. Let's talk about this whole Julio Fulio situation because I feel the way about this. Why are we having so much sympathy for this man? Now, don't get me wrong. The reason why I think he's getting this sympathy is because he light skinned and real cute. And we talk about Sean Garthright. The clips that have been going viral about him, had he not looked the way that he does with the curly waves, as fine as he is, he would not be getting the sympathy. He would not. He would not be getting the sympathy that he is. He's very attractive, and that's why I feel like he's getting the sympathy. And not only that, he comes from like a suburban background. Like he really wasn't a hood nigga growing up. So the fact that he did what he did, people are shocked at it. And him being so sympathetic, people feel like all should be forgiven. But I do not agree. I feel like he was, if you watch the video, right? Because I covered it and watched it on my true crime channel. Make sure y'all go to Media Kingdom, especially the Alicia Andrews section. If y'all watch the video of the actual pow-powing, he was one of the first in the front line. Like, and not only that, he attempted on his life about twice. So God made you fail 2 times before the 3rd time you're successful. He was really trying to give you a sign, my nigga, and you still went through it. Okay, like he was one of the first ones in front line. Just so. Where was the sympathy in that? I mean, goddamn, like, it's just like, it's so crazy to me. People, I've been seeing so much tweets and stuff like, oh, he should be giving such and such to life. Clearly, he wants to change his life and do better and all that. You don't think Julio Fulio had dreams about having, kids and his mom, seeing him grow up and all of that? Even older? Mind you, people have pop out at Julio Fulio's mom. She talked about this in interviews. Her life has even gotten attempted on. So I don't feel sympathy for him. Now, he did get on the stand and said that God gave him a request to teach the youth to not lead down the path that he did. His sister even got on the stand and got a little bit emotional. His mother even got on the stand. Now, the judge in this case, I've never been a fan of. I feel like she is extremely biased. Do not get me wrong. I feel like judges for cases like these, especially high profile cases like this, they really have to be careful the type of judges that are over these cases because they already have made up their mind in the way that they speak. Because they put the mother on the stand, right? The mother gets on the stand. They ask him, the type of person Sean Garthright is and everything. Of course, she's saying positive things. She makes the jury leave the courtroom because the stuff that she was saying, she felt like she was trying to prove his innocence to the jury. And I'm like, regardless of that, they can't go back and say, oh, never mind, not guilty. No. This case is just a prime example. Like, if you are high yellow and cute, okay, you could try to get away with anything, even murder. Like it's so crazy. Y'all would have thought all he did was rob the man. It'd be one thing if he just robbed a man and he really trying to change his life and they trying to get this man life or so. Then it's like, okay, cool. He took the man life. He's no longer here. Okay. And not only that, the way it was done was such in a sloppy way that it's like you wanted to get caught. You might as well have literally walked into the police department and said, hey, I did it. He used his mama car. Dummy. All the weapons that they use in artillery, he put it in the mama house. Dummy. The hotels and the B&B stuff that was connected was so near the club hostess that he did that night. Dummy. Like, it's just like the type of crime that they all did, it was no thought put into it. So that's why I don't feel sympathy for them at all. There was no sparing of this man's life. And not only that, he had no direct beef with Julio Fulio. It was one of the other ones, the bigger one. He had more of a direct beef with him because he dissed one of his family members when he was alive. Julio did. He dissed one of his family members I forget his name, but he was like the bigger one. And the one that has been going viral for laughing, it was him. He's the one that actually had a deeper reason. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he should have did it anyways, but at least that reason was more valid than him. This man did not even really know you like that. Now, what's going even more viral is on all this is a warden basically testifying why he should be given the life sentence instead of the death penalty, because they could basically use him as a slave. I said, damn. I know his heart was quaking when he heard that, because this man said sweat equity. I never heard that a day in my life. I felt like I was watching Shark Tank with no sharks.
So the only way that an inmate serving life without parole would leave is when they die by natural causes. Based on Mr. Garthright's age, physical abilities, things like that, do you think that the prison would benefit from him in a work capacity if he were sentenced to life without parole?
I say yes. With my experience, not only just in classification, but as former warden and even as a jail administrator, he's someone that's young, he's healthy. In reality, we need that labor, we need that sweat equity, and we will put him out there to work because we do have an aging prison population, jail administration. We have that. So we put these young individuals to work and get some sweat equity out of them since they are young and actually can do the work.
And I know we talk about life without parole and death row, but for our jurors,
Ooh.
And it saddens me, Kelly.
Sweat equity. That's crazy. In other words, we finna work this nigga like a Hebrew slave because he thought he could do a crime and get away with it. Instead of just killing him off, we could put this young man to work in the field.
Education in Florida, what does a life sentence without parole mean?
A life sentence in the Florida Department of Corrections means from the minute they're brought in, they're assigned an inmate number. He will be assigned an inmate number, and when he dies and leaves in a body bag, he will still have that inmate number. An inmate serving life will never, ever get out. There is no parole in the state of Florida, and they're not ever allowed outside the razor wire and the fence of a secured facility.
So the only way that an inmate serving life without parole would leave is when they die by natural causes.
Okay, now his sister also took the stand as well. We're gonna do a deeper reaction to all of this on Media Kingdom. Now his sister broke down after being asked to describe who he is as a person. His sister also has a child and says that he's going to still be an uncle to his children, to her children as well.
And I'm going to show you 4G. This looks like maybe a holiday.
Yeah, that was
You had no business doing that, looking at that. That's like me going to catch a body. Like it's just, that's to me, it's like that's insane work. Insane work. I like there needs to be like a deeper study as to like what leads somebody that grows up in such a like privileged life to lead down this path. Like it just can't be you wanting to be a hood nigga. It gotta be something that like it flipped in your life, like, ooh, this what I want to do. Cause this nigga probably grew up better than I did, to be honest. From the whole case I've been watching it, and the family coming up, speaking and all that, like he lived in the suburbs. Like for real, like giving like all the materials to succeed.
a Thanksgiving at my grandma's house.
What makes you giggle?
Just the fact that he used to do stuff like this with me, like he wouldn't do this for anybody else. He wouldn't sit here and pose like that or just be silly. We call it the white girl pose.
Looks like he's reading to a baby that probably isn't old enough to carry yet. Huh?
Yeah. Aww.
How would he help you with your baby?
Like if I needed to take a shower or like get something to eat, he would just hold them for me and just let me do what I had to do, and I would come back whenever I was finished. Being a mom, I don't really think about it as much as I know I feel it, just because I'm always doing something to take care of the kids. But like when I sit back and I really think about what's going on,
Okay.
I just miss my brother.
Will you? Do you still maintain a relationship today?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to talk to him and communicate.
So this is around the time he started to break down, as well. After he realized his sister, you know, was feeling emotional about this whole situation. Okay. Now, on the other hand, one of the other defendants in this case could really give up less. Okay. Now, I will say this is being clip farm. Okay. In the words of Chrisean, clip farm and clickbait. This was when the jury was outside the courtroom. Don't get me wrong. He's still sinister for laughing the way that he is, as if, he's watching a comedy show. But this was not when people were just testifying and he's just sitting there like, because the judge would have told him to stop or he gonna kick him out. That judge don't play. I hope y'all know that. That judge would just not let him carry on and laugh and do all that hoopla. That was like in a little bit of a recess. That's when he was doing all of that. Just for the girlies that are not aware, I have been watching. That was during a little bit of recess. So that's being clip farmed and pushed out there as if he was listening to Sean Garthright's sister cry. And then he's like, no. That Florida judge would have kicked him the fuck up out of there. Straight up. Okay. Once again, I do feel like if they do, either of them get the death penalty, I'm not going to be upset because there was no thought in what they were doing and the crime and how they carried it out. So why should there be thought as to how your life is spared when y'all didn't spare his life? And Sean Garthright is even more of an idiot because it's like you literally really had no legit reason to do this besides being a follower and trying to be like the shooter of your group. This man did not even know you like that. Now, he had more of a reason, to be honest, because it was a family situation with him. That's how I feel. Let me know what y'all think down below if y'all have been following along. And do y'all think he's getting a lot more sympathy because he's very light right? And if y'all see clips of people talking over him laughing, that's edited. Y'all gotta really be careful with this internet stuff. Like, I'm telling you, we are in dangerous times. Like the amount of edits that I see that aren't real. If you're not like on media as much as I pay attention to what's going on, like you're not gonna notice. So like the common person's gonna like believe anything that they're shown now. So just like fact check and be careful what y'all watching because he was not laughing when Sean Garthright was talking, y'all. Now let's talk about this AP situation. Like this situation showed us how materialistic people are and how us black people need to do it a lot better, because the way some of these rappers and these celebrities were crying over the fact that AP was going to start selling watches worth up to $400 is crazy. At this point, y'all need to get down on y'all knees and suck D. Like, is it really even that deep? Y'all spent so much money on these watches that y'all couldn't fathom us commoners having something close to what you guys have because y'all spent over 100 to 200K on some watches. Dummies. Like, that to me is crazy. DDG's like, oh, I'm gonna sell my watches, crying like a little bitch. Like, nobody cares. It's a watch. To be honest, I couldn't spend no money on no type of watch like that. I'm sorry. It's just like, no. I'd rather buy a house. That way I could sell it and triple it. What I'm gonna buy a watch for? Like, that to me is just like, it's stupid to me. But it ended up being false. It ended up being clickbait. They are not selling a watch. They are selling a detachable royal oak inspired watch, and it can be worn with a lanyard. Now this collab is going to be made with Swatch. This is another company, and that's the collab that they're going to do. So now what was teased before was the picture that went viral that everybody saw with the different color watches. So everybody was assuming, including me, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna cop one, especially the deep yellow one. I was gonna get that one. So at first we thought we was getting these watches, right? It was gonna be called Royal Pop, which it is called Royal Pop, but they're pocket watches with lanyards, which I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit, the colorways and stuff they have. So they have magenta, teal, lime green, deep red, royal blue, terracotta, vibrant purple, bright blue, mint green, sky blue, sunny yellow, hot pink. So we all assume like, hey, we are gonna be able to cop an AP because it's not that much money. You know, we could get it during the payday or something like that. You know, it's nothing over like crazy amount. But they dropped the ball and they said it is a pocket watch. So like this. Who the hell gonna buy something like this? I ain't buying that. For $420, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. This is what it's gonna look like, attached to a lanyard. Let me move myself. Attached to a lanyard, y'all. This to me is not worth $420. This is a waste. Unless it's an actual watch, what's the point in buying it? What, we're gonna put this on a lanyard with keys? That's lame. You can't even correctly show that off like you can do an actual AP watch. Now, I will say though, the internet is very creative. So what people I feel like are going to do, they're going to buy this. They're going to get watch straps with the same exact colorway that they're going to buy the pocket watches in. And then they're going to attach it together. The only hard part is going to be, it only looks like it has one section to attach like the watch strap. So that person would then have to like break or remodel how it's built to build another side to have the other side of the watch strap to be able to build an actual watch. But to me, that's too much work and I don't have time for that. So I just feel like this collab isn't going to be successful. It just baffled me how celebrities were acting like they were so insulted. I get you spending so much money and investing in something or buying something high value and they go and make something so cheap, but it's like, to me, that would not devalue an actual AP watch because you can clearly tell the difference between these and an actual AP watch if this were to be true, because the actual AP watch looks significantly different than these. This one looks like a G-Shock. This looks like a high model G-Shock version of it. So what the big discourse with these celebrities was to me was crazy. And it really shows how materialistic and how elitist some of y'all are. Y'all didn't want any of the bums, any of the regular folks to have any taste of luxury at all. So OT Genesis put on his Instagram about the watch. He said, when the new AP drop, I'm getting one for my son. Dope timepiece. But I choose to not walk around with the new G-Shock. I told y'all, great business move for Audemars though, but I'm done. Niggas that wear Jordans don't wear Team Jordans. The reason why is because niggas wouldn't be able to use that in their raps no more. Let's really talk about it. Niggas wouldn't be able to use that anymore. Future would have to literally change up his whole flow. Every 2 seconds, all that niggas say Audemars, 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 Audemars. You wouldn't be able to say AP Audemars, Audemars, Audemars. You wouldn't be able to say that no more, babe, because a regular nigga that work a 9 to 5 would be able to pop his G-Shock Audemars, and you wouldn't be able to flex on that no more because the nigga would be able to get that for less than $500. That's really the problem. if we're gonna talk about it, it devalued the type of music and the type of aesthetic that these rappers and these musicians are giving off, because a regular folk will be able to have a taste into it. Another person who reacted to this was DDG. A collab that would have made a lot more sense if they did G-Shock and AP. If AP and G-Shock collab together, that would make a lot more sense. It would be an actual watch, not a pocket watch. I've never even seen a nigga with a pocket watch before. Have y'all ever seen somebody with a pocket watch? I don't think I've ever seen anybody with that attached to a lanyard at that. Like, imagine picking up your lanyard to check the time. Like, that don't even make sense. Now, DDG was the most upset about this. He went on a heated rant about this whole collab. Now, this I think was a little bit before he realized that it was a pocket watch and not the actual like watch.
20,000 to rock y'all watch, or extra fucking 100,000, nigga. The AP skeleton, that shit retail like 80 bands or some shit. I'm pissed. As a customer, I'm pissed. Y'all gonna make $1 billion off this shit. I get it. I already know. I can't rock no fucking AP like that no more, bro. I'm about to see $300, nigga. Like, just seeing this make me want to sell my AP. AP, what's up, man? What's going on? I done spent $200,000 on one of y'all watches. You telling me I could have waited to 2026 and spent $300 and got the same effect? The hoes can't tell the difference. They don't know what the fuck if this a skeleton. I tell a girl, hey, this black ceramic AP limited edition, 300,000. You feel me? Come on, bro. That shit ain't right, bro. There's niggas out here that really pay resale. I could see if I was getting my watches for fucking retail. I'm paying resale prices, nigga. I'm getting hit on the head for an extra 20,000 to rock y'all watch, or extra fucking 100,000, nigga. The AP skeleton, that shit retail like 80 bands or some shit. I'm pissed. As a customer, I'm pissed.
Okay, I'm pissed. Oh, please, you'll be fine. We hold too much value in some of these material items for these niggas who don't even want us wearing their ish, to be honest. Okay? They don't even want black people wearing some of the stuff. Y'all just cop it and wear it and make it trendy and make these niggas millions and billions, while black innovators and creators never get invested into, because y'all want to invest in the white folks. And then you wonder why we are the way we are as people. It's really sad, to be honest. Okay? But let me know if y'all are going to cop the lanyard. It looks so raggedy to me. Like, right, you swinging it around like a pendulum. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't cop it. Okay. Now let's talk coconut water. Bitch, you eating my daughter? Eating my daughter. Okay. I don't care what nobody says. Trim's team is doing her a disservice. Y'all already are comparing her to Nicki Minaj. Why would y'all have her come out there and rolling loud with a pink wig? That is idiotic in itself. You would think they would try to do everything to separate her from being compared to a Nicki. But no. Y'all put her out there in the same texture, the same color, pink wig Nicki has worn numerous times before. I know y'all gonna say, oh, Nicki didn't invent pink wigs. Look, Kim been wearing that. We know that. But the most, as a recent rapper that we've seen with a pink wig, is Nicki Minaj. So whoever's on her team that allowed this to even happen is dumb. This to me looks like the Check It Out performance outfit, or close to it. Y'all remember when she was like, when she was on the VMAs, like the red carpet, the pre-red carpet performance? This is the closest I feel like it was to that look. Now, she's getting a lot of backlash because of her performance, her screaming, the way that she was very out of breath. This was one of her first biggest performances, one of them. And people are making fun of her with the way that she was acting and performing. I do feel like if you are a newer artist, although this song is very popular, you need to perform it all outright. You should not be doing this. You're not that seniored yet. You're not that tenured yet to be able to do something like that. I cringe when new artists do stuff like that. Why are you coming on stage? Coconut water. Nigga, we don't know the damn the verse. We know the chorus. Coconut water. We don't know all of the in-betweens. At least I don't. So I feel like she shouldn't have came out and did all that. All that like, That was foolish to me. And she was very out of breath. Okay. For her to be that young and be all that out of breath and puffing like that is really bad, because you should be running around like a chipmunk at this point, because you are young as all hell. Straight up. Okay. This girl not even 25 yet. Like, you should be running around doing flips, kicks, and flips at this point. Okay. Her performance could have been a lot better, but I do see that she has the hunger for it. I don't care what nobody says. The way the industry is, and just entertainment in general, talent does not matter. As sad as that is, it does not matter. You could be the most talented of niggas and still be in the same place that you are for a long period of time, because you do not have the networking or the people that could put you in certain rooms. Straight up, literally. So I feel like her having the hunger that she has, this girl's really gonna make it far. She reminds me a little bit of Ice Spice, but she reminds me of a hungry Ice Spice. Like, Ice Spice was a little lazier when she came out. This girl, like, I think she wants it with all of her being. So as much as people are making fun of her, she's gonna be the one laughing to the bank at the end. I really do see it for her. Like, she's going to be the one kikiing at everybody. Now, somebody who's not really happy about this is Nicki Minaj. Apparently, y'all, she's been blocking barbs that have posted about Trim or have included Trim in some sort of retweet or post. She's been blocking or unfollowing them. She even made this apparent in a recent and a little bit ago video that was posted, basically saying, if I ever see anything that I don't like or are not familiar, that I don't really jive with me, that I don't really mess with, including in a post, retweet, or anything like that, she's going to unfollow and block you. And she kept her word. Do I feel like she's a hater for this? Yes. But put yourself in Nicki Minaj's shoes. Imagine you come out, you formulate kind of like your own aesthetic, and then you have people coming after you that's trying to emulate everything you're doing. It's happened to me numerous of times. I have granddaughters, okay? Straight up. I'm telling you. Child, wasn't nobody covering some of these networks and stuff. Next thing you know, bitch, it's a fleet of them niggas just flying out of nowhere. So it's like, I get it. So I would get how she feels. I'm telling you. Like, you have to understand where she coming from. She does look like a hater. Ain't no shame in that. She do look like a hater. But if you were her, a lot of y'all would feel the same way. I don't want to hear some of y'all, oh, you should invite the newer generation in and all that. Yes, you should. But when they're literally copying your exact formula, speaking, rapping, emulating you, it's gonna feel weird. That's like me coming across a YouTuber. They're saying, "Are you not entertained?" They're doing. It saddens me, Kelly. They're just saying, "Why would you do that?" Like, they're saying little stuff that I would say powdered donuts, doing the comparison. Like, I would be like, "What the hell?" Like, that's not original, bitch. You're talking. Like, what the fuck? So I get how she feels. I don't care what nobody say. I get how she feels. It's very hater like her, but I get how she feels. Okay. Now, all these barb accounts are like issuing mass statements and apologies after insinuating and tweeting about Trim, talking about help and please unfollow me, follow me back, Queen, unblock me. I don't know what I did. All of that stuff. Like, please. Okay. Yeah, half of them is kids anyway, so it really doesn't matter. They're really little boys and a few little girls behind those pages. And sadly, grown people. Ain't that crazy? I'll jump over a bridge before I run a stand page. I just can't ever see me doing something like that. Like, that's just next level pathetic. Okay. Now, Chrisean has responded all to the naysayers over her hanging out with Blue. She put out a statement and addressed the fact that she forgave the Crip and says that she does not want the Crip D. And just because she's hanging out with the Crip doesn't mean she want the Crip D. She said, "Dear world, people confuse forgiveness with weakness or going backwards. That's not what it is. I forgave because I value peace, Nicki, more than carry anger, nigga. No, we are not together. I just choose respect over resentment, nigga. I've learned that not every battle's meant to destroy you, nigga. Some are meant to grow you. I prayed face things head on and left it in Yahweh's hands. No hate in my heart, nigga. No distractions. Just growth, healing, and staying locked in, Nicki. I am trying my hardest to be mature, set healthy boundaries, so we can be there for our little guy. We talked. We apologize. Now we are moving forward. Not because we want to, but because we need to for our little guy. Y'all keep saying Chrisean Rock was with Blueface. No, Nicki. Chrisean was with Jonathan Porter, Nicki. The old Chrisean died. Like Jesus. Don't let that go over your head. Holy hands. Y'all some holy whores. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Chrisean really Chrisean has the spirit of delusion. But I would say this, like, what was the need to link with him? I feel like you could forgive somebody without having to be around them. Because you being around them could trigger you to go back to what you used to do and the things you used to say and be around. So why would you want to put yourself in the situation where you could backtrack, knowing you've backtracked before? You could forgive from a distance. You don't got to forgive up close. Now, Carlissa claims she been knew about this, and the person that was the only left in the dark was Nevaeh. Now, shout out to Nevaeh, okay? I know a consistent girly when I see one. And Sister Girl been live on Twitch. She's been very consistent on Twitch. Castanet ain't got nothing on her, bitch. This girl has been consistent on Twitch. She's not giving up and all of the things, okay? She's been made sure to show up, whether to show us the good, bad, the ugly, and has not let up. All right. So that in itself, I could at least respect because you make your coin, at least from your trauma and drama.
I'm so sick of your son. Girl, Jonathan is running a business, y'all. Y'all have to understand that this is business, nothing personal. Stop mixing business up. Y'all had already seen him ask Jaden, did he want her to go on the stream? We already had Mother's Day plans with the kids, and they had a special surprise for me. So she declined to go. So it wasn't about who went first or who went second. And we all already knew that Chrisean was going because I told him that's a good idea. Because business is business at the end of the day. Y'all got to remember, it's a business. Business got to be done and everybody got to eat. Okay? Blah, 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 blah. So when I gave out my Happy Mother's Day to everybody yesterday, I was giving y'all a hint. And y'all wasn't ready. I was giving y'all a hint and y'all wasn't ready. Happy Mama's Day. We love y'all. Jaden Ben knew she wanted to go last. She prefers to go last. She wants to be the closing act of the circus. So there you have it.
Now, at this point, Nevaeh has realized what's going on, and she could care less, okay? Because at the end of the day, she's still in the mother house.
I want to fuck like this. I mean, it is what it is. Honestly, I don't care. You gotta really wonder what you gain out of it. Because I know what I'm getting out of it. I know what I gain out of this. You're not really being paid. You're not being paid. You're not gaining nothing. You got left back in last year in October. I want to fuck like this.
Competing over that, though, Nevaeh, is so diabolical, okay? You competing over him is so diabolical. All right, now Chris Brown, you guys, is very upset, all right? So recently, Pitchfork rated his album. If y'all haven't checked out, I did do the album recap. I took my time to really listen to the album. Wasn't the biggest fan of it because they had a lot of skippable records, but he's very upset at people listening to the album. And that's not really fans of him, to be honest. And he went off in this recent video because Pitchfork gave his album a 1.3 review and basically called it like shit, which really upsetted him. Okay.
Tell you what's more to come, but it's coming at the end of the day. I don't give a Team Breezy. I know people want me to get on here and, say some sad shit, but fuck that. We kicking their ass, goddammit. We ain't letting up. I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck and we ain't stopping. You hear me? We doing this motherfucker tour. More shit to come. I'm not gonna tell you what's more to come, but it's coming at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck what these niggas is talking about. I know exactly who my fans is, and I know exactly who hearing this album. If you're not my fan, I don't want you to listen to my shit. Go listen to motherfucking Zara Larson or somebody. Fuck me.
Damn, what the hell Zara did? Zara watching this like, how I catch it straight. Chris Brown needs to realize the album was trash. Like, I'm sorry. there are some good tracks on there, but like to sit up here and act like some of the criticism you're not getting is valid is crazy. The album seemed really rushed, and there was a lot of repetitive tracks on there that it just did not need to be on. So it's like, if you're really gonna be honest, like the best thing about an artist, the best thing an artist could do is be honest with themselves. And that album was not it. It was just not it. It sounds like everything else that's out there right now. If he really wanted to push it, he really should have put something slow jam R&B out, and it would have broke the freaking internet, because we're not hearing that anymore. We're hearing the same melodic beat on every track now. And it's getting to the point where every song sounds like every other song out there. So I don't think there was wrong with their assessment. They really were not. Now, to call it a piece of crap was mean, but like, it wasn't, you know, a piece of gold. It was close to a piece of crap, but it wasn't a piece of gold either. I still added some tracks from the album, as there were some tracks that were fire, but most of it was skippable. Now, last thing was this whole now this Kevin Hart roast, you guys, is getting a lot of backlash because of a comedian who said something about George Floyd. This world is I feel like this world is extremely sensitive, but when it comes to certain jokes and a certain type of person saying the joke, you have to realize the intent behind it, because it's a roast about Kevin Hart. That directly has nothing to do with George Floyd, right? So you saying a George Floyd joke in the middle of the roast was unnecessary, because the time frame of the George Floyd situation has passed. So it seems as if it's like he's been waiting to joke about that situation instead of using it as a punchline if it was still currently going on. Like, imagine if the George Floyd thing had just recently happened and people were making jokes about it. Then to me, it would make a little bit more sense. Although it would be insensitive, it would make more sense that that topic is being brought up because it currently has just kind of happened. Versus years down, you're saying this as if you've been saving that because you've been wanting to make a joke about it. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like it was a little bit unnecessary. You didn't have to like make a joke about that, because it has nothing to directly do with Kevin Hart. Like, I feel like a roast, when you're roasting somebody, you have to make jokes that like it directly correlates to them. Kevin Hart has all the material in the world that you can make fun of him about, especially with the baby mama situation, the gambling situation, the money problems, the height. There's just so many things that you can make fun of him about. But to include George Floyd, it didn't make any sense to me. Like, the joke to me wasn't even funny, if we're gonna be honest. To be honest, the joke was like super cringe. Like, it was cringe. It wasn't funny. At least if you're gonna do a joke like that, it has to be funny. You can't make a joke like that and it don't land. That's how I feel. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about this video. Check out my other videos, y'all. Hype up the video, and we all babies. Bye.